All right, welcome back to the Sankofa Series. I'm your host, Tanisha Miss T. Morrison, owner and visionary of the Empower Her Experience. Today on our Reach Back and Fetch It Sankofa Series, we have the lovely co-founder of Huexm, Mrs. Portia D. Miller. Portia is an entrepreneur and the co-founder of Huexm, the branding agency for solopreneurs. As a chief brand strategist of Huexm, Portia is dedicated to helping solopreneurs build authentic human connections with their customers by crafting a brand message and brand identity that resonates, engages trust, and inspires action. In 2020, Huexm was established with one goal in mind: to bridge the communication gap between business and people. Together, she and her business partner, Jabari, are working to change the game and shake things up when it comes to humanizing brands and helping people connect in a more meaningful way. Welcome to the Sankofa Series, Portia.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm
Yes,
even
I'm
more
so
excited
excited.
to see you. It's been too long, T.
It's been way too long. First of all, let me get comfortable. T,
Yes.
what's up, sis?
What's up, sis? What's going on?
Right? Oh my
Yes.
God. So it's crazy because the last time we connected was when you and Jabari were interviewing me back
Yes.
in August of 2021, y'all.
August.
2021.
Was it? I don't even think, was it 2021? I think
Yeah.
it was. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when did we do the Empower Her event? Your first
Girl,
event?
that was 2018.
2018. Oh my goodness. Ah,
Crazy. It's crazy. Like
crazy.
it's been way
5
too.
years.
Look, we got to stop meeting like this.
We do.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do. But good
So
things are happening. Good things
good
are
thing.
happening. You have welcomed a beautiful little life into this world. That's
So wait,
huge.
check this out.
Yeah.
We did that interview August 2021. The only reason I know that is because I went back to
Okay.
go listen to it.
Okay.
That was a dope interview, by the way.
It was.
But August 2021, the exact date was the 3rd because I said it on the interview.
Okay.
2 weeks later, I found out that I was with child.
Shut up.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later. So everything I said on the interview went to a halt.
Stop. Dead stop.
I was like, that sounded good.
Right. Sounded real good. She decided to show up.
Right.
I love
But
it.
it's definitely been a blessing. And I know that a lot has changed in your world as well. So, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So first of all, during that interview with you and Jabari, we talked a lot about mental clarity and getting a focus and all of that sense, which now today, and it correlates more to that mental health check-in, right? Which people are really putting on their priority list. Since you've relocated, a little birdie told me, you said, peace out, Cali.
Peace out.
Where are you? Why the move? And how has that move brought mental clarity for you?
Yeah. So I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm currently in Dallas, Texas. I moved November 2020. So we're about maybe 5 months right after the pandemic started. So we're in the heat of the pandemic. And like most people, everything stopped. I mean, like everybody, right?
Yeah.
The world stopped. Everything
Definitely.
stopped. I was laid off from my 9-to-5 job. My wife was a full-time nursing student, so she wasn't working. She was fully committed to school at the time. And like a lot of people, we had time to sit with ourselves and think about life. And what does it look? Where are we? And what does the future look like? And so it was such a spontaneous decision. Well, we knew we wanted to move. We knew that California was not our forever home. Like
Okay.
we're both originally from the Midwest. We're from Indianapolis, Indiana. And
Okay.
so we lived in LA for 7 years. And we knew throughout that time, maybe toward the end, maybe year 5, we were like, okay, this isn't going to be our forever home. This isn't where we're going to settle down and nest. However, we didn't have a set plan on when we were going to leave. And then the pandemic hit. And it was like, and I got laid off. She was a full-time student. So it was like, now's the
time
to be the time. Now's the time, right? And so it just made sense. And so we made a decision. We put a plan together, and we had that conversation maybe in October. By the end of November, we were gone.
Wow, like that.
It was like that. It was like, it's time to
It was like a 30-day notice.
It was a 30-day notice, right? It was a 30-day notice. We were like, landlord, Mr. Landlord, we out. And it was a risk because everybody was staying put. Everybody was kind of staying put, situated. No one knew what was going to happen. No one could predict the future, but we saw it as an opportunity. And so, we moved and we have not looked back. Now, I won't lie, that Cali weather is unmatched.
Okay.
Because this Texas heat. This thing, your girl ain't got used to this Texas heat yet, okay? But
I tell people all the time, I'll come visit you, but
girl,
I'm
different.
too spoiled with the Cali weather. Okay,
no, for real. So. You cannot beat it. So yeah, but no, Dallas has been good to us. We have not looked back. We're setting our roots here. And we're happy. So
good.
Yeah.
So speaking of your partner, your wife.
Yeah.
A lot of times, as entrepreneurs, we kind of have these pivots that we're going through. When I first met you, you were working for the WNBA. Then you grew from that. You branched into the P to the third power, which was a dope move. And now you have successfully been working alongside the brand alchemist himself, Jabari. Shout out to Jabari.
The legend.
Share how a supportive partner, how your wife has played a role in understanding and being okay with that journey, with those life and career pivots, if you will.
My wife has been a tremendous support. Like, I'll share a story. The Empower Her event that I did, where you invited me as a guest panelist. That was my first time ever sitting on a panel.
Really?
It was my very first time ever sitting on a panel, speaking publicly on behalf of my personal mission. Ever. And so
wouldn't be able to tell.
Oh, thank you. I was a ball of nerves sitting up there. But it broke me in. Like I popped my cherry, so to speak. Yeah. And so after that event, I get back to the house and she's got balloons and flowers and notes. Just congratulations. Like, it was your first time.
Were y'all married at that point, or was
we were not
like
married? We were not married. She was just my girl. We weren't even engaged. She was my girlfriend at that point. And I
had to go find a ring after that.
You know what I mean? Like, it was just subtle things like that along the way. I'm like, okay. And something that and it wasn't small, it was a big deal, but she made it an even more big deal by just acknowledging me. And though that was one of the key moments, I think, when I realized, like, okay, she's the one, like she's the one. The every win, big or small, she's been my biggest cheerleader. So when it comes to my business, my wife is my biggest supporter. And you can attest, going out, starting a business, trying to attract your ideal person, your ideal audience, trying to get your message out. It's tough, right? It can be challenging. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it's like this emotional roller coaster. Entrepreneurship is an emotional roller coaster, but you never want to get too high. You never want to get too low, but it's hard sometimes when you're starting out. And she's just always been there, just through the ups, through the downs, just affirming, validating, so to speak, that no, like this is meant for you. And it's nice to have that outside validation and recognition, for somebody to pour into you when you don't necessarily see it yourself because you're in it.
Right.
So
being kind of from different walks of life, her being in nursing and you're on the journey of, entrepreneurship and constantly having to build and build and build when she has a, set in stone, if you will, like income and things like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so we've been together for 8 years now, to be 9 years later on this year. Okay. So we're pushing towards a decade. Yeah. So she's just been a tremendous support system. But the second part of your question, how moving has created focus and clarity, or played a part in my focus and clarity. A lot of times, we say like we go through seasons, like life happens in seasons, right? Mm-hmm. And with every season, you kind of got to gear up for whatever season you're in. So right now I'm in Dallas. We experience 4 seasons, right? And every season I got to change my wardrobe. I got to gear up. I got to get ready for that season. And before moving here, we were just at a season in our life where it was like, it's time for a pivotal change. Mm-hmm. We weren't married yet, like we were just engaged, but we knew that marriage was the next step. Yeah. We knew that starting a family was very important to us. So we knew that that was the very next step. And so we had to sit down and just be pragmatic about what that looked like, but then had to take a look around at our environment and be like, we're not equipped for what we want. Like LA's not equipping us for what we want. So we got to move, right? We got to move with the season. We're in a new season. And so relocating helps us adapt to the new season that we're in. And so, that's what we did. And with that, created a lot of focus and clarity. Mm-hmm. Got away from the hustle and the bustle and moving to a place where we can reinvent ourselves. Like we're not from here. Not too many people know us. We can kind of start over, reinvent
whole new identity.
Whole new identity. And that alone created clarity for us. And the ability to focus, because now we don't have distraction. It's just us.
Right.
So, yeah.
Speaking of the conference that you spoke on and big kudos to wifey for not even knowing that she was going to be wifey, but just doing things that were going to allow you to know that she's with you. Mm-hmm. She sees you, she hears you, and she's watching, how you're going to maneuver throughout whatever journey you were on at that time. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that. I love that for you. That conference, our theme was create, connect, and conquer. Mm-hmm. That was in 2018, 5 years ago, if you will. How do you feel create, connect, conquer resonates in your life now?
Create, connect, conquer. That's interesting. I feel like those 3 pillars are very relevant in my life right now. I think back in 2018, I had or was in the process of establishing a personal brand, personal mission, P to the third power, right? That was all me. Yeah. And since then, Jabari and I have brought our passions and talents and skills together to create something that we feel very passionate about, but that we also feel is valuable and that is needed in the marketplace. You mentioned in my bio, connection, right? Building stronger connection. So Jabari and I came together to create, to help others build stronger connections so that we and the people that we serve can go out and conquer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it's very, very relevant. It was relevant then, but it's relevant in a different way now that I kind of look back on that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, for those people who are kind of in that place where wherever they reside, you know, be it Cali, East Coast, wherever they are, and they're sitting in that space of, you know, do I make the move? No one knows me there. Am I going to have the support? I got to create a new support system. I got to create a new social circle. You know, all of those things that may or may not be holding them back. What advice would you give them to take the leap?
Nike's advice, just do it. Just do it. Really, you have to just do it. I'll tell you a story. Yes, we're happy now. Things have worked out, right? The universe has conspired in my favor. But when I was preparing to move to Dallas, in all transparency, things weren't working out. I had my plan, I had my strategy, I had the movers, I had the date. I had worked with a real estate agent here. I visited a couple of times before we actually made the move to check out different properties, look at places, get a feel for the city. My wife had never been, so we needed to at least go. And true story, we packed everything up, right? The movers came, packed our things were being transported here, and we were just going to drive. Everything's in place. It's time to go. We get to Dallas, my wife, our 2 dogs, and whatever we could get in our car. We get here, there was a conflict or a hiccup with the application on the apartment that we had applied for.
Oh no.
Last minute came up.
That had to be a little scary.
It was very scary. And so we couldn't move in right away. So we had to get a hotel.
Wow.
Now they worked that out, figured that out. It got to a point where we were like, it's been a week. We're in a hotel. We have our things. Our things are scheduled our furniture and stuff are scheduled to be delivered here in a week. Like it needs somewhere to go. Like and so within that process, we had to pivot. We had to pivot. So we're not homeless. We're staying in a hotel, but we don't have security. This is temporary. Had to find another place very quickly, get that turned over in 48 hours to get into the place that we're in now. So everything didn't go as planned. Like when creating a plan, what I've learned is you have to plan for the plan not to go as planned. Know, and that's what happened. And so, but I never regretted doing it. Like I never regretted making the move, because at the end of the day, when your back is against the wall and the only option you have is to get through it, you find a way to get through it. Like I had to get my wife and my fur babies into a place.
Right.
Like there was no other option. So, and it worked out. So I would just say, just do it and try to plan, try to be proactive, but just accept the fact that every little thing may not go as planned. That's a part of relocating, but the risk is worth the reward.
So y'all heard that. Plan for the plan to not to go as
planned. Absolutely.
You know, just be prepared for the bumps in the road. But as P has said, just do it. Or as Nike has said.
Right. Or Nike just said, right? Nike said it best. Like, just do it. You got to do it. You got to do it.
I mean, well, you know, commendable for you and your wife to just take that leap of faith. But know that in that leap of faith, that with each other and the plan, that it'll all work out. And it sounds like so far it has, even with, you know, the pivots that you have had to make.
Yes.
So with the move and you and Jabari starting, I believe you started Huexm while you were here in Cali, was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how has that been with the change in time, being on different time zones and things like that, and still moving the mission? Like, how does that work for the two of you now that you're, located somewhere else, splitting, I guess, the responsibilities, meeting, making the connections and things like that on different sides of the world?
Right. There's pros and cons. So, Jabari and I, the way that we work, and I think it's safe to say what our clients value and appreciate about us, are working with us so much, is the energy that he and I exchange. We're like yin and yang. It's like the perfect balance. And so a lot of times when we're in like creative mode, when we're together in the same room, exchanging those vibes, exchanging that energy, we create magic. And so when I moved, we had to figure out a different way to still create that same magic and make that work.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we have software and technology like this. It's not the same, but it's worked for what it's worth. And we've been able to we've been able to find that synergy again by just having FaceTime with each other.
Okay.
But also, I am 2 hours ahead of him now. So it has required another level of organization and communication.
Yeah.
Lots of communication and understanding that, yes, we work better together, but now things have changed. We got to divide and conquer.
Yeah.
We got to divide and conquer. So it's like, so what does that look like? So implementing systems, tight systems. So we keep a record of all activity that happens throughout the day. Okay. I can easily go in, I can see what Jabari's done. We do have roles within our company. So I can see what he's done that's on his to-do list. I can go in and follow up because I have visibility into it. Even if we may not be able to get that FaceTime or or communicate, I have visibility into activity. So I know what I need to do or what the next steps are. It's different.
Yeah.
But we've made it work.
It's not it's different, but it works I think it works because, like you said, you guys have a system. And anyone who have listened to any of my talks and all of that kind of stuff, for me, system, and I got this from another guru a while ago, Miss Nick Goucher's wife, Natalie Goucher. But she said system is an acronym for save yourself time, energy, and money. And I think that with being able to know that you two work well together, you know how you work well together, separating and being on opposite sides of the world, going back to the drawing board and saying, I know that you do this well, I know that I do this well. And although there is a time difference, how can we now accomplish these same goals? Yes. So anyone out there that, maybe you're looking for a business partner. You don't even know that your business partner may be, on the East Coast, you're on the West Coast. You guys have the same drive, you have the same vision, you have the same mission. It makes sense for you to collaborate. But the only thing is that you can't meet face to face. Portia just said it: divide, conquer, know your mission, know what works, know who's good at what, and just check in.
Absolutely. We always say we serve two gods: process and systems.
Okay.
Process and systems. They will save you in the end.
Definitely. Definitely. So let's talk a little bit about Huexm. Okay. Yes. What is it? What does it stand for? And how do you and Jabari get to saying, let's go full throttle and bring this to fruition?
Absolutely. So Huexm stands for Human Experience Messaging. and we are the branding agency for solopreneurs. So we specialize in branding for solopreneurs, which is a new term that's been kind of thrown around out there, but I'll explain it. So a solopreneur is anyone who owns and operates their business solo. So they don't have a staff, they don't employ anyone, they are solely on their own. And so it typically falls in the areas of like so people that we work with, anybody that has like a mobile service. So if you're like a mobile masseuse, a mobile pet grooming, mobile barber, you may be a trainer, just a personal trainer. You may have a food truck business, but it's just you. You could be a seamstress. It's just you. You could be it's a creator, a digital creator, graphic creator. It's just you though.
Yeah.
And you don't have any intentions or aspirations of growing your team. Like you are a team of one.
Yeah.
But you need a team of professionals to help you accomplish all of your business goals. So we don't work for you, we work with you to make sure that you are achieving everything that you can achieve from a business and a branding standpoint to help you elevate and win. So that's what we do. Huexm, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So Huexm came about again. We were officially established, registered, licensed 2020. We had been working with clients prior to that, but we decided to go legit in 2020 because we noticed a problem in the market, and that was the communication gap between businesses and people. Mm-hmm. And with technology growing rampant, AI technology, people are being replaced.
Yeah, definitely.
By robots.
Oh yeah.
And so
AI is
AI is real.
Woo, it's a beast.
AI, it's a beast. And it's taking over, and it's taking over quickly. Very quickly. So yes, we identified this 3 years ago. We knew this was coming. And so we wanted to create a mission around not losing the human element. Technology is great. It is advancing society. It's very useful. Yeah. But we're humans at the end of the day. And you can't replace humans. You cannot replace that
the
connection.
Human connection is so important.
It's so important, and it's so real.
Yeah.
And so our philosophy is centered around human-centered design thinking. So we keep the human being at the core of everything we do, not only within our brand, but the brands that we create and develop for our clients. So the people that work with us, they are very passionate about their business. They're passionate about their brand, of course. It's their baby. They're very opinionated about it. But we work to educate them to understand that your brand is not what you say it is. It's how the market that you serve feels that feels that it is. So branding is a feeling. Like it's your reputation, right? It's the lasting impression that you leave on the people that you serve.
Yes.
And so when building a brand or creating a brand, you may have one thing in mind or one perception in mind, but if the market doesn't feel the same way, then we need to go back and revisit what we're doing, the strategy. And so that's what we help solopreneurs understand.
How do solopreneurs find you?
Solopreneurs can find us our website. That would be the number one place I'd say to go. That is huexm.com, huexm.com. Solopreneurs can also find us on all social platforms. So you can find us on TikTok, you can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Instagram, you can find us on Facebook at Huexm. TikToker? Girl, no, now I'm gonna be honest. If you were to if you on your phone right now and you go to TikTok and you look at UXM, it's not gonna be not a now video. But we do understand that it's important.
Yeah,
we do
because I
understand
haven't got to the TikTok.
Right.
Look, I keep trying to hire my niece to, come on in and
go ahead and take care of that, right?
Yeah.
I know us old heads just haven't gotten with it, but it is important. And a lot of people are moving away. It is the number one social media platform right now. Yeah. A lot of people are kind of trickling away, moving away from Instagram and other platforms, finding their voice on TikTok. And so we understand that that's where we need to be.
We understand that
that's where we need to be. Yeah. So more content to come on TikTok. But yes, Huexm on all platforms.
Now, for those solopreneurs who will definitely tap in and check out Huexm, tell me some of the benefits and advantages of working with you and Jabari.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we strongly believe in human-centered design thinking. So we fully immerse ourselves in our client's world. We work with you one-on-one. So say you come to us and you're a personal trainer and you're looking to grow your brand or build a brand for that matter. Well, we're not trainers, right? We're not personal trainers. Right. We don't know that world. It's not the world that we live in. However, we do the due diligence to immerse ourselves in it, whatever that means. So we sit with you. We don't only sit with you, but we go out and do primary and secondary research, deep market research to understand your industry and your world in depth. We want to know what it is. We want to know the trends. We want to know who's in it. We want to know who the audience is. We want to know what the benefits are. We want to know what your people think. We want to know how your people feel. We want to know everything about it so that we can craft a brand that resonates and speaks to your industry. Yeah. So that's number one. We take that very, very seriously. So you'll work one-on-one with you. You'll work really one-on-one with us. Absolutely.
Getting to know them, their story, the in and out of their days, be it personal, professional, all of that. Okay.
Absolutely. Everything. We keep the human experience in mind, at top of mind at all times. So we do provide a do-it-for-you service. So we are the creators. We are the strategists. So we develop the brand from top to bottom. But we also work with you over the course of 12 months.
Wow.
So a lot of people come to us and say, hey, I just want a logo, or I just need some help with my copy, or I don't really like how my website sounds, or I don't like how my website looks, and think that that's elevating or that's upgrading their brand. That's not branding. Yeah. Branding is not just the one a la carte things, right? Branding is holistic. And it's a process, and it takes time to cultivate and build and grow. So we require 12 months. And throughout that 12-month process, you are seeing us, again, that human element. Like, you're not talking to a robot. You're not talking to a virtual assistant. You are talking to me and Jabari one-on-one for 12 months straight, once or twice a month, depending on your preference. And during those calls, we're not only updating you on where we are in the brand building process, but we're also educating you on what we're doing and why we're doing it. Yeah. So that once your brand is built, you'll feel confident because you'll be knowledgeable about the process and what happened and how we got to this point, or why we said this way, or why we chose these colors, why your typography is this. Like, you're educated on it so that you can become more confident about it and articulate it to other people. Yeah. So that's what sets Huexm apart. I really like the
fact that you all you work with your client for the 12-month period. Me just knowing from a coaching and a consulting, standpoint that a lot of people who do want the a la carte services is not going to be beneficial to you. And it won't be beneficial to you guys as the consultant or the strategist, because you're not able to really know what's not working with the brand in that short amount of time. If someone just asks you for a logo and they say, oh, I just like these colors, or these are my favorite colors, and so on and so forth, it's like, oh, okay, there's no story behind that.
Right, exactly.
And in order to really develop the story, I think that the 12-month period, that first 3 months or what have you, you're able to look at the systems if they have a system. You're able to look at the branding that they thought they had or thought they were doing, and the marketing they thought was working, but it's really not working, and all of those things. So I really like that you dedicate 12 months to each of your clients, because it's needed.
It is
definitely to build a brand messaging, brand marketing, and all of those things. So yeah, I'm loving that. What do you feel has been one of your biggest like highlights or aha moments of in creating Huexm or working with one of your clients or what have you? Like, what has been that just that moment where you're like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, this is what we're supposed to be doing. This is, I'm making a mark in not just my life, but I'm making a mark in my clients' lives. These brands.
Right. I think it's always real time feedback from clients.
Okay.
Right. So when we get on that call where we are revealing the brand for the first time, and you get that look on the client's face, it's so gratifying. It makes it all so worth it. Like, we took what you had and did a complete transformation, and you're more than satisfied with it. You feel good about it. Like, you want to go out, you want to show it off, you want to show, like, but when you were so insecure and not confident and, not optimistic about the future of the brand when you came to us, your brand was sick.
Right.
And we diagnosed it and then figured out a treatment. And now it's alive, thriving, and well. And that response it's priceless.
Yeah, I can see that.
It is priceless. Yeah. That's when, and I would say after the first brand we ever created, I'd say that's when I knew that, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is the impact that I'm supposed to be making. And then the fact that I get to also educate in the process, it makes it even more rewarding, because a lot of times, what I've found is working with solopreneurs, it's the shiny shit.
Oh yeah.
Excuse my French. They fall in love with the shiny shit.
Shiny, it's the shiny syndrome. Oh,
it's the shiny.
This is popping right now. I want to go over there. I want to, hey, let's do this. And
But having the ability to kind of reel them back in, really get them to understand the true meaning behind the shiny shit. It's a whole, it's a game changer.
Just reeling back in and
reeling back in.
Look, it all has to tell a story. Not saying that they can't expand and they can't, have new products or new services or new whatever, but it all has to tell the same story. It needs to be able to make this, it needs to be able to make sense and be cohesive. And I think that's what you all are. I mean, I know you personally, you and Jabari personally, and I know that you guys are really good at honing in on the specifics of a brand, the messaging and marketing of a brand. Like, it's not just something you're going to take any client because the check gonna clear. You
Right.
really want to make sure that they're serious about their brand. They're serious about the vision and the mission and the journey of the brand, and that they're going to put the work in. It sounds like that 12-month commitment.
Yes.
It's either make or break.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. And that was a learning experience for us just in business. We didn't used to have a 12-month program, but what we learned was after servicing about a handful of clients, we create this dope brand and we send them away.
I'm on the way, yeah.
And it was like, well, what do I do? And what do I do with it? Or, what's next? Or how do I, and it was like, we need to stick with them throughout the evolution of actually getting this thing launched. So it's like, okay, we built it. And I was like, all right, go launch it. And it's like, no.
But they're not ready.
They're not ready. They're not ready. So we need to meet them where they are and extend the partnership to make sure that they can actually take advantage of all the cool stuff that we've done.
It sounds like, in a sense, you two are kind of like the agents of change for branding. You're kind of like the person who, they need their publicist. The publicist is going to carry them through. They're going to tell them, don't do that interview. Let us help you figure out this script before you go out there and lose your whole brand and everything that you work for. But just really, I don't want to say carrying them, because you're going to help them get the wings to be able to fly on their own eventually. But understand that through this process, we are here with you along the way, so that when you do go out there, it's not something for some other companies where, they wrote the business plan for you and you can't even say, what's your top selling product? How many sales are you making? Why this product? What do people love about it? Because other people have done the work for you and you don't know anything about your business or your brand. So you're helping to prepare them so that they are able to answer those questions. They are able to speak on their brand messaging, their story, and what have you. After 12 months is a good amount of time. And I'm sure if they want to, are they able to extend that time, or is it like, look, you got it?
Absolutely. Like once you opt into the Huexm experience, we're family. Like we want to be a part of your team. So like we are your brand team, because again, you are a team of one. So you're doing everything. You're wearing many hats, right? It's just you. Like you need a team, some type of support system in place to not only, hold you accountable and make sure that everything that you do moving forward is on brand, but to also be a resource for you to reach out to. And hey, like we want you to reach out. Hey, I'm thinking about this. Does this make sense for the brand? Is this a good decision for the brand? Is it on brand? Like, what do you think? Or, hey, I just want to pick y'all brain. Like, this is my idea. How can this grow? How can this evolve? Like, what does this look like to you all? Like, we are a part of the team. And another thing I wanted to say too, off the back of what you said before, marketing is the shiny thing. So when I say shiny shit, it's the marketing. And marketing and branding are two different things.
Definitely.
You can't have one without the other, but they are two different things. And so the way I like to explain it, the analogy that I like to give when I'm explaining the difference between the two, because this is the easiest thing, this is the easiest way in my brain, is marketing is asking someone on a date. Branding is the reason they should say yes.
Nice.
Those are that's the difference in a nutshell between branding and marketing. And so the shiny stuff, the funnels, the ads, the click, the SEO, the search, that's marketing. And you need it. That's the engine, right? That's the engine. Branding's the vehicle, the car. Marketing is the engine that's going to drive that car. you can't have the engine before the car is built. And
Exactly.
so we have to build the brand first, because you can't go to market without a brand to market. And so what's happening is, and it makes me so upset when a client comes to us and they've invested so much on marketing and it's gotten them nowhere. You know, there's companies out there, A to Z, that will take your money to run ads.
Yes.
And you're looking for an ROI. You're like, where's my return? Like, why am I not getting more traffic? Why am I not getting more attention? Why am I not getting more leads? And it's likely due to a poor brand. What are you leading them to?
Yeah.
Right? Because you're leading them.
It's a lot of those click funnels and
yes,
all of those things. But once you click on it and you sit in these, let's say, free, masterclass or whatever the case may be, you realize,
right. Exactly. 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 We're working with a client now and she's so upset. She spent tens of thousands of dollars on marketing and it's gotten her nowhere.
Yeah.
And she's having to start all over. Right. So it's like, we want to be at the forefront for solopreneurs. We want to get ahead before they go out and invest in the shiny shit. It's like, let's start from square one. Let's build your car. Let's build the car.
Make sure the engine is good.
I'm telling you.
Make sure the engine is good.
Make sure the engine is
sawdust in there, so we're
bingo.
Gonna get to, halfway point, and then that's it.
Yes, exactly. So yeah. That's what makes Huexm different.
So look, you guys, make sure you're thinking about that dating analogy. Okay. Someone asks you on a date.
Yep.
What is the reason why you want to go? And that's what Huexm is helping you make sure that the people that are coming to you, when they come to you, you're able to work with them, close the deal, and they know exactly why you're the client, the business, the bakery, the physician, physical education, whatever it is, you're the person, the fitness guru that they're going to work with. So marketing versus branding. What is next? What's upcoming? What can we look forward to from Huexm?
Yeah, so Huexm is in our growth phase. So we have been in building for the past 3 years. So we are now in phase 2. We are in our growth phase. And so we are looking to, one of our main goals, and just full transparency, one of our primary goals this year is to, our model this year is to gain access.
Okay.
That's our model this year. Gain access. Get into rooms, get on platforms such as this, get our brand in front of our ideal customer.
Yeah, that's the key.
Our ideal customer, not just people, but people that we want to serve.
Yep.
And people where we can add the most value to. So that is our goal. That is what we are focused on. We're looking to do some pop-up events this year. I don't have any set dates. But again, if you follow us on all social platforms, they will be there. But Huexm is looking to be outside. That's what's next for us. We outside. So yeah, wherever it's popping, wherever it's happening, wherever we need to be, we are making it our primary goal to be there. And just more consistency on social media, right? So it's a lot when you are running a business and you work in your business, you got to find time to work on the business, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm telling you.
I understand. I took a 1.5 year hiatus, and you don't understand what a 1.5 year hiatus for an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Branding itself.
Yeah.
All of.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. So this year we're looking to
gain access,
to gain access and educate. We really want to educate on our platforms. So our goal, the content that you will see really be focused around educating our audience on exactly what branding is. So, but not us just sitting here kind of like this lecturing to you about what branding is. We want to show you what we do.
Yeah.
So you won't just be hearing it from our mouths, but you'll be hearing it from the clients that we've worked with, and how their experience has really helped shape their brand and the future of it. So that's what we got going on. It's needed.
It's needed. Look, you guys were onto something years ago. You know, you try to stay ahead of the curve and know what's coming. I think that's definitely a benefit and will be an asset to your clients. So I'm looking forward to it. And I love how you and Jabari mind works. Like you two just eat up, you know, just everything like knowledge, whether it's content, you know, books, just you guys love to learn. And I think that and not only do you love to learn, I think that you're able to deliver it in a way that's relatable, that we need it. We need it. So we need y'all to get to the social media platforms, and come and educate us or figure out how to find us so that we're on your email list and everything like that. So if it's going to be master classes or whatever it's going to be, we need to be in those seats, those virtual seats or live seats or what have you, to learn from you guys because you're brilliant. Like you two are very brilliant.
Thank you.
When I was preparing for our talk, I just went back to Huexm social media Instagram page and just was looking at all of those interview series that you guys were doing about everything branding. I think it was the series name, but we need more of that.
Yeah.
We need more of that.
Yeah.
So
we're coming back. Yeah.
We're waiting.
We're coming back. We're coming
back. I was
back.
watching those interviews. I was like, these are good. I think I saw another one where Jabari was with one of you guys' clients, and it was kind of like he was taking them to lunch and just, you know, just more of that is what's needed. Definitely, I think it's those, like you said, human connections and touches where we can see that Huexm is real. It's two individual millennials, if you will, behind the brand of the company, who are relatable, who are knowledgeable, and who are also transparent, that will get your brand to where it needs to go. So
thanks, Dave. That means a lot coming from you. Yeah, that means a lot coming from you. Thank you so much.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Because you two are also able to pull things out of, in my opinion, individuals, whether it be an interview series or getting their brand, you know, to where it needs to be. You're able to just pull things out of them that they may not see themselves, you know, or they didn't know that they were capable of doing and being confident in it. I think that's what you guys bring to the table. So I'm excited. I cannot wait for what's to come. And look, one thing I want you to give the viewers is, I was going to say a P-ism, but just any life quote, any, you know, words of advice or anything you want to share with us.
Yeah, I'll leave your audience with this this quote that I love, and I think it's anonymous, but price is what you pay, value is what you get. And it took me a while to not understand, but to accept that in business. I think a lot of times entrepreneurs, especially Black women, I think I want to speak particularly to the Black women in the audience. We lack the confidence at times, especially starting out in the beginning. We can lack the confidence, the self-confidence, and the self-awareness of how valuable and how needed and how good we really are at what we do.
Definitely.
Right? And so I just want, price your products and your services for what that match the value that you're bringing to the market, the value, because the wrong customer is going to focus on the price.
Oh yeah.
They're going to focus on the price, right? But value is priceless.
Yeah.
It's priceless.
Definitely.
And all it takes is a handful of people to purchase your products and services at the rate that you desire, at the rate that you have set forth, because you know the value, to double, triple, and quadruple those numbers, right? It only takes a handful. If 10 buy, 100 to buy. If 100 to buy, 1,000 to buy, right? So price is what you pay, value is what you get. And so, just stand in that. Stand in that. Be confident in that, right? Like, you've worked hard, you've studied, you've practiced, you've grinded, you've hustled, you know what I mean? You deserve to be here. Definitely. And so don't let anybody come along and try to haggle you, negotiate, get you to go down. Like, no, it's
discount on discount on discount.
Discount on discount on discount. It's the value, right? And that value is directly associated to your brand. So if your brand is solid, you know that it's valuable. There's no doubt, right? Because a lot of the value, and it's like, well, how do we determine what's valuable and what's not? Again, going back to that story, going back to the why we're doing it, who we're doing it for, our process, our unique niche process that sets us apart from everybody else. That all goes into value, right? The quality of that's value, right? You have to price as such. So that's what I will leave you with. Price is what you pay, value is what you get.
And I love it. I love it. Look, you have dropped so many gems tonight. I just appreciate you so much for taking the time, to be on the Sankofa series. Ladies and gents, look, y'all have heard it here. Whether you are determining if you need to make a move to a new city or state, choosing the right partner who's going to believe in your dreams, your goals, see your vision, before they even are wifey or hubby or any of those things, attaching yourself to a business partner that knows your skill sets, and combine you 2 or 3 or however many can make an impact. And as P just said, look, price is what you pay, value is what you get. Value is priceless. And if your brand is solid, it's valuable. Thank you, P, for being on.
Good, girl.
Thank you so much. Look, if you guys are solopreneurs, you're looking for authentic, relatable, knowledgeable brand experts who are focused and truly helping you expand your reach, aligning your brand, check out Huexm and let Portia Jabari and their team set you up for success.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much, T. This has been such a pleasure. Thank you. I also forgot to mention, we are offering free brand audits right now.
Nice.
Free brand audit. So if you go to huexm.com, there's a button you can click, get free brand audit. You'll fill out a form. Doesn't take much of your time. We'll do a full audit on your brand. We'll take a look at your brand from top to bottom. We'll let you know where your brand's strong. We'll let you know some areas of improvement, some opportunities where we see that you could be, and then some threats, some things that may be holding you back that you may not be aware of. Because again, you're a team of one, you're doing everything. Things can get easily missed, but we're doing free audits right now. We will go review the results of that audit. So it's not just some little system, some robot that you put some information in, it spits back out a sheet of paper. No, we are doing this work And we'll meet with you one-on-one. We'll schedule calls set up to go over the audit. And we're not just telling you what we found, we're telling you the what, the why, and how you can improve. And you can take that information and do as you will, or you can choose to work with us and continue the partnership. But it's free nonetheless.
It sounds like working with y'all is the option, but I would definitely
just saying. No, but yeah, no, take advantage of that, guys. We want to help. We definitely want to.
So I'll definitely put that information in the link when I upload this to YouTube. I'll make sure that I have the website there, and shout out the free brand audit so that people are tapping into those, and get with Portia, get with Jabari. Thank you again. Absolutely. I appreciate you. Until then, everyone, slay, and that's to simply live as you in all things you do. And don't forget to reach back to your people and bring them to the forefront when possible. I am Miss T. This is the Empower Her Experience Sankofa Series, and I'm out.